Hey!
Good afternoon, good evening, good night, or good morning, depending on where in the world you guys are watching this show.
And as always, I'm here.
And I'm here. So first of all, what I'm going to say is cheers.
Cheers, people. We've got some people in the morning zone.
Yes, absolutely. So this is a very special bonus episode of Q Corner Showtime Live.
This is not a normal Wednesday.
It's not a normal Wednesday. Hello, Zach and Zoe. It's great to see you. Hi, Sherry.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Michelle. It's great to see you guys.
It certainly is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see who else joins us as well. We've got some people on the Facebook. We've got some people on the YouTube. Nobody on Instagram this week, Keith.
No, because we're not actually we're not transmitting to Instagram.
This is a bubble special.
Okay, so it is a bubble special. Hello to Susanna as well. Hey, it's Susie TV.
Hey, I'm Susie. This is Susie TV.
How are you all? We hope you've had a fantastic week. And what we're going to do is, for the moment, I'm going to have to disappear from here because
he's going to go and see our old friend.
Yes. So I'm going to say bye-bye for now. I'm going to leave you with Dom. All right. So,
go on then. You disappear. While you do that, I'm going to do this and get myself ready for that as well because I need that and I'm going to have that. Yes. We dragged the Jumbotron out of storage and we feel we need to get the mileage out of that effort we put in to dragging him out of the storage. So we're going to visit him again. With good reason, I may add, as this is a bubble special. Okay, let's see. Keith is not ready yet. You know, he had one job and he decided to have a cup of tea first. Not good. That wasn't the bit that wasn't working, Keith. That wasn't the bit that I was overly worried about. The bit that I was worried about was you need to change that first so you can see what you're looking at. That would help him, definitely. It'll all make sense to him in a second. I promise him. He's looking now confusing. And what is Dominic on about? Have you found it? No, because it's disappeared, Keith. That's why. It's disappeared. Maybe if Keith comes back, I'll do that. Then he'll do that.
Okay, that sounds good. Try that one more time. Now we go. We got voice now. Thank you. You should be able to hear me right now. Okay, but we're still having an issue with one of the cameras, so Dom's going to deal with that. Linda says that you had one job to do. Understand it. We understand it. You can hear us now. Isn't that right, Michelle? Yes? It is a very strange one on there. Because it was working perfectly fine 2 minutes ago. Until I think the girls got hold of it. This is perfect sound level for Kerry and Julie. That's pretty harsh on there as well. So, indeed. What have you guys been up to? We hope that you guys have been taking part in the Balloon Taskmaster, because that's coming to. I think it was tonight is the last time that you can actually you can send anything for the Balloon Taskmaster. On there, yes, okay. I can see we've got things working now. I can see that's happening. It's up and running. Yes. Yep. Absolutely. Yep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tag out. All right, we're going to tag. Ready? Oh, here we go.
Oh, you know what it is?
I'm just straight tough.
No, it's all right because you've got 2 people in the studio this week, so that's 2 more people to blame.
Yes. Yes, that's a great idea. It is a great idea. Okay, right. So I think I'm ready now. I definitely have audio. That would have been disappointing too.
Some people says it helps. Some people say it doesn't help.
So we give Kerry one job to do. I tell you what, honestly, it's shocking. Okay.
Are you ready?
I am ready. I think so. Yes.
Here we go.
Okay.
Over to the Jumbotron. Now you've plugged it in.
Here we go. It's plugged in.
There it is.
Hello, guys. Welcome. Oh, we got the wrong thing up there on there, Dom. On that side. I had 3 jobs to do, and apparently none of the above worked.
Did you just take the checklist, Keith?
Yeah, you need to do scene change on that one, Dom.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, absolutely. Go back to you. Go. I'm going to disappear off here because it'll take me 2 seconds to do that.
Because I couldn't quite read shit.
Right.
Talk about a bus. Talk about being thrown under it.
Here we go. Right, we'll try that again.
Oh, look at that. That's beautiful.
Shocking.
Beautiful pictures of the ladies.
That's all right. We'll edit it out of the DVD. Don't worry. It'll be absolutely fine. So we do have the wonderful Julie, and we also have Kerry with us today from Pioneer Europe for our bonus episode of Bubble Special. But before we want to do that, we understand there'll be a lot of people watching this that maybe have never used bubbles before. So what we're going to do is going to go through all the basics before we hand over to the ladies and Kerry in the workshop. And to show you some more advanced. I know I can see some daggers. I'm getting there's some daggers going to get me thrown from over the workshop
to the studio to get past and out is past the girls.
I know. Okay. So what we're going to do is, first of all, I think we're going to go with something like this. Oh, I didn't realize there was some green on there. So it's going to be single.
Smile the illusion.
The single bubble technique, and for that we're going to hand over to the wonderful Cam Woody. So I think what we'll do is we'll roll the VT, which stands for videotape. Here we go. Enjoy.
The Qualatex Bubble Balloon is a unique product exclusive to Qualatex. Made with durable plastic, it is spherical in shape, has a long float time when inflated with helium, and they come in a wide range of designs to match any theme. The most popular bubble balloon is the single bubble. First, open the package at the tear mark. Never cut the package open as you might accidentally cut the balloon inside. Inside, you will find a moisture pack that should be discarded. This is put inside each package to keep the balloon soft to ensure its stretch. All bubble balloons should be inflated immediately after opening before they have time to dry out. Single bubble balloons come with a pre-attached ribbon and a valve that will prevent air from escaping after inflation. In this demonstration, Cam is using a flex tilt valve regulator, often used for latex balloons. You can also use the bubble regulator or trigger valve with extension hose. All of these inflation tools are available from Conwin. Be aware that you cannot use a foil regulator to inflate bubbles, as the regulator will shut off before the wrinkles disappear from the seams. To inflate with helium, locate the line on the valve and slide it over the inflation device and inflate. A bubble balloon is fully inflated when there are no longer wrinkles on the seams. Don't be afraid of popping the bubble. It was designed to expand beyond wrinkle-free and will expand in higher temperatures. The printing on the bubble balloon looks best when the bubble is inflated to wrinkle-free. Be sure to get rid of all the wrinkles to ensure the proper float time. As with all helium-filled balloons, tie your bubble balloon directly to a weight so it won't float away. While the pre-attached ribbon is a fantastic feature of the single bubble, as a professional balloon decorator or retailer, you should consider replacing the ribbon. This upgrade will make your balloon stand out as more polished and set you apart from mass retailers. Additionally, if you are placing your bubble into a bouquet, you will want to match the ribbon on the bubble to the rest of the bouquet's ribbons. To replace the ribbon on the bubble balloon, first cut the existing ribbon at the valve. Next, place your new ribbon at the midpoint of the neck of the balloon. Now fold the neck of the balloon over the ribbon and roll it to the base of the bubble. Carefully double knot the ribbon while keeping the rolled neck in place. Gently curl the tail of the ribbon with the outside of your scissors. As you can see, rolling the neck creates cleaner lines and further shows off the spherical shape of the bubble balloon. This rolling technique is also recommended for the neck of foil balloons. You will often need to fill bubble balloons with air to incorporate into air-filled designs. Air inflation is identical to helium inflation. Simply locate the line on the valve, slip it over your inflation device, and carefully inflate the bubble until there are no wrinkles on the seam. When choosing your air inflation device, you will want something that blows cool air and doesn't use too much pressure when blowing, so the valve isn't damaged during inflation. A Qualatex hand pump is always a great option.
Great job, Cam. What a great video. So that was showing our single bubble, the 22-inch message bubble, as it's better known. But the next bubble, what we're going to do is we're going to do the double bubble, which is the balloon inside of the balloon. These are the ones that automatically come with another balloon inside. So I think Cam's going to demonstrate that again. So please, if we roll the videotape, BT.
The Qualatex Double Bubble Balloon has the same clear plastic as other bubble balloons, but also has an interior balloon to inflate. As with other bubble balloons, the double bubble can be inflated with helium or air. In this demonstration, Cam is inflating with helium. Tear open the package and discard the moisture pack. Remember, all bubble balloons should be inflated soon after opening before they dry out. Similar to the single bubble balloon, double bubbles come with a pre-attached ribbon and valve that will prevent air from escaping after inflating. Unlike the single bubble, the double bubble has two valves for inflation. First, locate the longer valve, the A valve, and partially inflate the bubble just enough to open it up slightly. Next, locate the shorter valve, the B valve, to inflate the interior design using the foil regulator. When the interior design is fully inflated, the foil regulator will automatically shut off. Now, locate the A valve once again and inflate the bubble fully using the latex regulator. Remember, a bubble balloon is fully inflated when you can no longer see any wrinkles on the seam.
Great job, Cam. As per usual, what a fantastic demonstration with the double bubble on this one. And last but not least, I'm going to just we'll get this one, and we're going to have the Deco bubble double bubble, or a double bubble Deco bubble, depends on however you want to say it. And the captions are going to have a hard time picking that up, I think. So what we're going to do is, again, we're going to lastly pop over to Cam for one more time onto the video, and let's watch along.
The Deco Bubble Balloon is a wildly popular Qualatex product that is perfect for personalization and can be filled with everything from confetti to latex balloons. Tear open the bubble package and discard the moisture pack. Remember to inflate the bubble soon after opening before it dries out. Notice the Deco bubble does not have a valve to keep air in after inflating. Therefore, you will need a 260Q to tie the balloon off. To remove air from the 260Q, hold the tip with one hand, pinch the balloon with your other hand, and gently pull your fingers to the neck of the balloon. Tie at the neck. You should now have a flat 260Q. This makes the 260Q stronger and more durable when tying your bubble. Deco bubbles can be inflated with air or helium. To inflate a Deco bubble balloon, slide the neck over your inflation device and inflate until there are no wrinkles on the seam of the balloon. Firmly holding the neck in one hand, twist the balloon a few times to prevent air from escaping. While holding the neck of the bubble between your thumb and index finger, slide the flat 260Q between the two fingers and grip tightly. Stretch the 260Q and wrap it around the bubble several times. While still holding the neck of the bubble, carefully release the 260Q and use your other hand to help tie the two ends of the 260Q together tightly. Double knot for a secure closure. Depending on what you are creating, you may now cut the excess of the 260Q or use it to tie the bubble into your design. You often will want to feature an 11-inch latex balloon inside a Deco bubble. With the many Deco bubble and latex balloon designs, the combinations are endless. Tear open the bubble package and discard the moisture pack. Place a balloon stick or similar smooth, thin stick inside the 11-inch latex balloon. Prepare your 260Q to tie the Deco bubble by removing the air and tying at the neck. Roll the 11-inch latex around the stick and slide it into the neck of the bubble. Inflate the bubble until it is slightly firm with approximately 4 finger widths of wrinkles on the seam remaining. Now fully inflate the 11-inch latex until it has a nice teardrop shape. The bubble will continue to expand as the 11 inch is inflated, so there will no longer be any wrinkles on the seam. If your bubble still has wrinkles on the seam, carefully inflate the bubble a bit more until the wrinkles disappear. Stretch the 260Q and wrap it around the bubble several times. While still holding the neck of the bubble, carefully release the 260Q and use your other hand to help tie the two ends of the 260Q together tightly. Double knot for a secure closure. Cut the excess 260Q. A 16-inch latex balloon inflated inside a 20-inch Deco bubble can be used to fill the Deco bubble with a color or latex print design. As with all bubbles, tear open the package and discard the moisture pack. Insert a balloon stick or similar smooth, thin stick into the 16-inch latex balloon and roll the balloon. Insert the stick and latex into the neck of the bubble. Inflate the latex balloon until there are no wrinkles on the seam of the bubble balloon. Tie the neck of the latex balloon. Use a cinch knot to quickly attach ribbon to the neck of the latex. Loop the ribbon over your thumb and index finger. Wrap your thumb and index finger around the outside of the ribbon tails and slide the ribbon over your thumb and index finger to create 2 loops. Slide the 2 loops over the neck of the latex above the knot and pull both ends to tighten. Secure by tying the ribbon.
Great job, Cam, as per always. So that is the beginning. It's the basics of the 3 different styles of bubble. But what we're going to do now is we're going to hand you over to the fantastic Julie and Kerry, and they're going to show you loads more techniques and some designs along the way. And if you have any questions, pop them in the chat, and we'll do our best to put them to the ladies. Okay, so for now, I'm going to say bye-bye, and I'm going to hand you straight over, give a warm welcome to Kerry Ferguson and Julie Dunham of Pioneer Europe.
Hi, I'm Nicole Gregg.
Hi, I'm Chris Adamo.
Hi, I'm Tina Junter, and you're watching Q Corner.
And you're watching Q Corner.
And you're watching Q Corner.
Hello everybody. We've got to say cheers with water because they're not allowing us tea.
So cheers. Thanks boys for inviting us down. Bubbles for me is one of our favourite products. Yeah. So appreciate you inviting us down to show you some of the techniques that we've used out there. So firstly, I just want to show you this design here. So as you saw from Cam's videos, she did the 11-inch inside of the Deco bubble. I just wanted to show you a Jubilee design. Obviously it's going to be very popular in the UK in the next couple of months. I've just added a couple more elements onto it. So I just wanted to show you how you can change a design by just adding a few little bits. So what I've done, using Balloon Bond, I've just added some 5-inch inflated small, and then using Balloon Bond to attach them here. Added some extra ribbon, and then I finished it using the 11-inch in here as well with the crown print into a Topio weight, which you can also see this technique by Keith on the Qualatex YouTube channel. I'm going to hand you over to Julie now, that's going to show you one of our other techniques.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is a technique that fills some people with dread because it can be quite awkward to do, and it's adding feathers into a Deco bubble. Okay, so what we're using today is we're going to use a
feather boa.
It's a feather boa. and obviously it's a lot longer than this. We've cut it into thirds, so we're just going to use 1/3. So I'm just going to open the Deco bubble up first.
Okay.
Thank you. So the beauty of Deco bubbles is that they don't have a valve in, and that allows us to put whatever we want into the bubble, weight allowing. So to make a little bit of space, I'm just going to put a little bit of air into the bubble to start with. I'm also going to use, I'm going to tie this with a 260Q, but I'm just going to take the air out of it first to start with.
Julie's using a 24-inch clear Deco bubble for this design.
So by taking the air out of the 260, it just makes it a lot easier to work with. It prevents you from getting any air bubbles and makes it much easier to tie with. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to put this funnel into the neck of the Deco bubble. And this is all joined together and it's on like a rope, so it makes it a little easier to work with. So all you need to do is push it through a little bit. Once you've got it through to this point, you can just grab hold of it and pull it all the way through, like this.
I love this technique, it's so easy.
The good thing about this as well is that it's a lot quicker. You can use a funnel and put the feathers in individually if you prefer, but this is a lot quicker, and it also prevents you from having the sharp pieces on the ends of the feathers, and reduces the risk of you popping the bubble. And then I'm going to air inflate this. I'm going to do it with this micro air inflator, and I'm just going to pop it on. But I'm going to turn it on its side because I want to keep all the feathers out of the neck of the balloon, because it'll help to give a clean tie. So I've just inflated until all the creases have gone on the seam. I'm just going to give it a good twist. And then to tie it off, I'm going to get my 260. I'm just going to lay it on top of the twist. I'm going to pull it taut. Now, pulling it taut is really important factor in this, to make sure you get a real tight connection, because the latex clings back to latex and holds it all in place. I'm just going to go around the bubble 5 times in the same direction, making sure it's really nice and tight. I'm just going to tie a knot. And double knot it, and that's it ready then. This is perfect for personalisation, this balloon. So you can see there it just all sits really lovely. Bit of personalisation on there, tie it into an air-filled design. You could also helium fill it, by doing it about 1/3 of the feather boa, it's going to still have enough floatability to float okay. Okay, so that's the first design.
Lovely. I'm now going to show you how to put confetti inside of a Deco bubble. So with this, I have a 24-inch clear Deco bubble, some confetti, and you can use a funnel. I'm going to show you a different technique, because we've all been there where we've been out and we've accidentally forgot our funnel. So I just want to show you how to do something just in case that situation happens. So, opening it up, grab your hand pump just to give you a little bit of space. Could you just open that for me? So what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to pop this inside. So you're almost creating a little funnel. I think I first saw Cam doing this for the first time.
Yeah?
Yeah.
There's lots of different ways, lots of different techniques of getting confetti into bubbles, but it's good to show different ways.
So now that's inside there, almost creating its own little funnel. You can't see, but keep it doing the commando crawl right in front of the desk. So what I'm going to do is literally pop this inside here, and using your finger, just pop it in.
It's quite a quick, easy way, isn't it?
Yeah, you can use the funnel, but I find this is quite a nice, quick.
It's not getting damaged either. It's going in flat into it. Whereas sometimes when you do it through a funnel, it can it can get damaged.
I think the thing is as well, like we've all been there where we've forgotten something. So it's always good to know other ways of doing things. I probably would have, let's put this, make a little bit of a mess for a minute.
Is this going to be air inflated?
Yeah, so I am going to air inflate this one. Obviously with the helium situation at the moment, I think it's really good to show air designs that people can still show and sell these to their customers with that. I will talk through how to do it with the helium as well to create the static.
Keith just walked past with a pack of penguins. Or crawled past.
Is that what you called it?
You got enough?
Yeah.
I think the term is a gaggle of penguins or a flock.
Oh, a gaggle, a gaggle.
So I'm just going to pop that in there so I'm not taking up too much time to do that. Obviously with the funnel you can pop it into the top here. Pop your confetti in, and I tend to use a balloon stick just to help ease it into the balloon. So then once you've done that, you pull this stick out. Now if you were going to do it with helium, you put your trigger valve in, inflate, and before you tie it off, just do 6 pumps with your hand pump to help create the static before tying it off with your 260Q. I'm obviously going to do it with air, so I'm just going to pull this one into here. Pop this one on, and again, I'm going to tip this so that I'm not going to get confetti inside the pump. Once I've done that, I'm going to twist a couple of times.
I got a 260.
Grab my 260. Thank you, Julie. This is why I need you here, see?
Teamwork.
Lovely, thank you very much.
There you go.
Perfect. So I'm going to wrap these round 2 of my fingers here. Like Julie said, pull taut, wrap round 5 times in one direction. And double knot like you're tying a shoe. Now, you can have the confetti set at the bottom, but most of us like it to be all around. So all I do with my hand is just move the confetti and stroke the balloon, and that creates the static. And as you can see, that's now sticking to the bubble.
So Kerry, if you were doing this with helium, would you use exactly the same technique?
Yeah, so what I would do is fill it with helium till it was almost done, so all the creases were almost done. At the end, pop your pump in, do 6 pumps, tie it off exactly the same, and then rub it.
Mixing a little bit of air in there to create the static.
Yeah, and there you have a confetti bubble, and again, like Julie said, you can personalise on that as well. So really nice, simple, but effective design.
Lovely. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do what is called a gumball design. But this is incorporating, there's going to be a couple of different techniques in this. I'm going to use this product, which is a gold leaf product, which is really messy, so we're going to probably be covered everywhere. So I'll just get some balloons together. I'm going to put the 5, so the term gumball, that means lots of different balloons inside inside your Deco bubble. So we're going to do, I'm going to use some chrome 7-inch balloons, and I'm also going to put a couple of white 5-inch balloons in it as well, along with the gold leaf. So we've got a lot going on in here, but it all ties in quite nicely together.
I really like this. This is massively on trend at the moment.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Very light, so it does go everywhere.
It does. It's going to be fun. For anybody who hasn't used bubbles before, just to let you know, the moisture pack, this is a moisture pack that's inside all bubbles, whether it's Deco bubbles or single bubbles, whichever this is in, and that's just to prevent the balloon from drying out, because if it dries out too much, it'll lose its stretch capability. So it's really important that that's in there, but you don't need to do anything with it, you can just throw it away. Okay, so this is going to be helium inflated, so I'm going to use my trigger valve, and I'm just going to put a tiny little bit of helium in, just to make a bit of space inside the bubble. That's it. I don't want to put too much in it, because if I put too much helium in it, it'll start to lift, and then it makes it a little bit more tricky to work with. So I'm going to put my 7-inch chrome balloon just on the end of my trigger valve, pop it inside there, hold on to it, and then inflate. And you can do these all different sizes if you want. It's not necessary to do them all exactly the same size. It can look quite nice to have a bit of a variety. So when I'm tying it, the technique that you need to do is like this. So what you want to do is you need to push the neck of the Deco bubble back, and then get your neck, tie it. Now when you're tying it, you don't want to pull this and that together. You want to kind of like pull that and then push the knot into the balloon, because that stops you from getting that funny sort of nipply effect on the bubble. And then what I'm going to do for this, I'm going to trim off the necks as well. It's my preference to cut the necks off, because this is quite an elegant design, so I want to get rid of that neck. But there are different designs that you can use. And we're going to show you one a little bit later where we keep the necks on because it suits the design.
The really nice thing about this technique, it means that if it's a wedding or a party, you can actually dress the balloon to match the occasion as well, and the rest of their theme and decoration.
So again, just pushing back, trimming off. Actually, I should give you the nozzle to hold for me, Kerry, shouldn't I?
Yeah, I can do that.
Sorry. So I'm going to put, when I'm doing a gumball like this, I'll put anything sort of between, depending on the size I'm inflating to.
I'll stand aside.
Yeah, that makes sense. I can put anything sort of like between 9 and 12 balloons in. Is that how many you put in, Kerry?
I do slightly different. If it's a 20-inch, I tend to put around 7, 8, and then up to 12 in a 24-inch.
Yeah. Now mixing these colours up a little bit, and you'll see why in a little bit, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie this in with a hat box. So my base is going to be a hat box, and the colours that I'm using in this will tie in to that as well. Thank you.
Now, if you're doing this for the first time, don't worry if your 5-inch aren't all the same size. It does take a while. It is practice, practice, practice. You will have different sizes, but with the whole organic trend, I think you could probably get away with it.
Yeah, definitely. This design you could do air-filled as well. So if you did it air-filled, you'd do exactly the same thing, but you'd be putting pumps of air in with your hand pump instead. But the technique is exactly the same.
The only thing I will say is don't mix your gases. So if you're doing air-filled one, do air in the outside and air inside the 5-inch. If you're doing helium, it needs to be helium on the outside and helium in the inside balloons as well. So do not mix your gases.
I'm just going to put one more in this. Literally because I need to get the gold leaf in as well. Thank you.
You done?
Yeah. There we go. When you're trimming it, the necks off, you need to make sure you don't go too close to the knot, because you don't want it to unravel that knot. Right, this is the messy bit.
This is, yeah, fingers crossed.
So there are different techniques for using the gold leaf. I like to do it with a funnel because this particular gold leaf that I've got, the pieces are quite big. So it works well and kind of like breaks it up and loosens it up a little bit. But other people I know that have used gold leaf that the particles are a lot smaller. So what I would recommend with that, because you don't want to break it up anymore, you could use the castration tool like this, which can then open your gap up for you. Okay, so in goes the funnel and the fun begins. So this gold leaf isn't particularly cheap, but you get a lot in and it breaks up, and you get a lot of value for money with it. Where's my straw gone? Here we go. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to push it through using the straw. And you can see it start to go in. This comes in loads of different colours as well. So myself, I've got it in gold, I've got it in like a really nice rose gold, and I've also got it in silver. And the silver's really, really nice for, you know, like space tight. It looks really spacey. I don't know if that's the proper word, spacey.
I like it.
Okay, so I think that's enough. Can you do me a 260? Of course I can. Please. Okay, so this is going to be helium filled, so I'll get my trigger valve and I'm going to inflate until all the creases have gone on the seam. When I'm inflating this, I just need to make sure I've got a good seal just around the trigger valve, because otherwise you're just going to be your helium's going to be coming out. Just put a nice firm seal around it. And if you can see there, just keep going until your creases have gone. There we go. Now a lot of people are frightened of inflating bubbles until the creases have gone, because they think they're going to burst, and in actual fact they can inflate to probably almost twice the size that we inflate them to. We don't do that, because if it's a picture bubble to start with, the picture will start to distort, but also you're just wasting helium, and helium's expensive, so we want to just use the correct amount. So holding on to the neck, I'm going to twist.
Ta-da!
Thank you. And then again, just place it on that twist and go around. Now when I'm doing this, I see people trying to go right round it. It's a lot easier to just like use both of your arms and fling it around. Make a nice tight connection.
So bubbles are actually made of soft plastic, so they're really good for like hospitals and things like that, because obviously there's no latex in there. They have a float time with helium, we say 2 to 3 weeks. They will last longer than that. Your customer will probably end up popping them because they're hanging around the house for so long. So with that, it's great because it goes past their expectations of how long a balloon should last. So the float time is absolutely amazing.
Again,
So nice.
the same as Kerry did it. I'm just like building the static up. The one thing I will say with gold leaf, because it is so light, if you need to kind of like try and make sure it's going to be evenly dispersed. If you give it a really good rub and most of the gold leaf is in one section, it'll really cling to it. So just kind of try and get it right around it. There we go. So you can see it gives that really nice, pretty effect.
I love it. I'm going to swap sides with you.
The nylon line. Where's that? Oh.
Do you want me to find it? If you carry on, I'll find it.
Sorry, it might be in that other. Oh, it's here.
You got it?
I've got it. I'm more prepared than I thought I was. So I'm going to put this on nylon line because I don't want you to be able to see it really. I don't want you to be able to see the ribbon. And what I'm going to do to tie it in is I'm just going to lay the nylon line across.
I hold the bubble for you.
Thank you.
Standing here.
Across the 260. I'm going to trap it in between the 260. Tie it nice and tight, and then I'm going to get the nylon line. It's probably difficult to see, but I'm going to tie the nylon line on top of the 260 knot that I've just done, just to make sure it's a really nice tight connection, because I don't want it to go anywhere.
When you're tying the nylon line, you want to go through the hoop twice, because it's quite a silky material, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if you go through twice before you pull it, it will help make more of a secure attachment. Oh, I didn't do very good at that, did I?
Okay, so I'm just going to trim that excess off. I'm also going to trim the excess 260 off. Don't need that.
No.
Okay, So I'm also going to tie it to a weight. Every time you do a helium-filled balloon, it's really important. That's all right, thank you. It's really important that you weight it. So I've just got a little sand weight here. Sand's brilliant for making weights with, because you can shape the bottom of it and you can make it fit into whatever space you need it to fit into, really. So I'm just going to tie it in to this. Oops. Okay, so this is hat box. You can get them from any good wholesalers. I've just added a little bit of a bow design with some ribbon, and I just want to tie my weight in. So I need to work out where it's going to go. Trim my nylon line, and I'm just going to tie it into the neck of that weight. It's a little bit tricky to show, actually. Again, I'm going to do a permanent knot. I'm going to go back through that circle twice. And I'm also going to tie it in a knot with the neck, just to make sure it doesn't slip. Okay. So I know that's going to sit in there quite nicely, but I need to do something to go in here, and I need to put something on the neck, because you always want to cover your mechanics. You need to get rid of these mechanics because they don't look pretty. So I've made a little bow. It's a little bow I've made with tulle, and I'm just going to tie that on. Just going to turn it this way. And I've threaded the nylon line. I'll show you how I make the bow actually in a minute. But I make it using nylon line, so it means that I've got that nylon line then to tie into, onto. So I'm just going to go in where my mechanics are, and then do a permanent knot. Although I've done this with nylon line, I'd have probably been better doing it with ribbon, because you'd have been able to see what I was doing then. There you go.
Yeah, but I like using nylon line, because then it's almost like it's just floating.
Yeah, I do. I thought I'd cut the wrong piece of nylon line then. That would have been embarrassing. So you can see there's just a nice little bow. It's that when you're doing, when you're adding things into helium-filled balloons, you've got to be careful of the weight that you're putting on. I've done this before, and I did like a pom-pom, which I'm going to show you in a little minute. And I did one that was too big, and it just had too much weight in it. So you need to bear that in mind when you're doing things with helium-filled balloons, particularly if you're adding other balloons inside and confetti. And I mean, gold leaf is really good for that, because it is so very, very light. Right, fab, thank you. So I need to do something to make the box look pretty. There are so many beautiful artificial flowers out there now, and at reasonable prices, so it's quite easy to pick them up and make some design to go in. What I've done here is I've just made, I've just done 2 duplets, put them together, and then I've got some flowers, and I've just pulled them through the centre there. You can see. And then I've made a little pom-pom with tulle, and I've added that in. Now what I want to do is I want to try and get this line through to the centre. So I'm just going to thread it through and bring it into the centre like that, and then I can just pop that nicely in place there, and then pull it round so it looks like it's coming out of the top of the tulle. Okay, it's weighted so it's safe, it's not going to come off. We've got our little bow on there as well, but I've got these gaps, so you can see I've got some gaps here, and I want to fill them. So what I've done is I've got these little pom-poms, and I'm just going to pop those in there just to fill the gaps. I don't like gaps.
And again, it's like you were saying, hiding the mechanics, because you don't want your customer to go, I can make that. And if you can see how you've done it, they will try and copy it. So it's really important to
now I'm just
try and hide it.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
I'm just popping these in, but I would, if I was doing it and it was going out to a customer, I'd secure them in either with some balloon bond or something like that. So this is your design. That's about finished. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly show you how I made the bow and the pom-pom. So just using some tulle. Now there's probably different ways to do this, and I'm probably don't do the easiest way, so if anybody has better methods, please do share with us. Okay, so I just got my tulle. I'm just going to wrap it round my fingers like this, and depending on how many times you wrap it round, the bigger your pom-pom you'll get, and how wide you do it. So you could do it against, if you had like a sliding size, you could use that if you wanted to do a big one and wrap it round like that, or 2 pulls or anything really. Okay, so I'm going to trim that off, take my fingers out, get my nylon line, I keep losing. Okay, so with my nylon line, I'm going to wrap it in the middle. And then tie. You need to make sure when you tie it that it pulls nice and tight, because you want to create that bow effect. And double knot it, and I'll do a permanent knot again. Always do a permanent knot with nylon line. It just stops it from slipping. There we go. So once you've got this, you can see now that you've got like a bow effect. Now, if I was going to make this into a bow, I'd get another smaller piece of tulle and then just pull it through, pull it round that centerpiece and tie it. And then you'd have 2 little bits coming down, as I've done with this, 2 little bits coming down, and it just makes that central point. But I want to make a pom-pom with it. Now this is just like the same way as you would make pom-poms when you were a child and you did it with wool. So I just want to find the hole here, get my scissors, cut it. And then the same at the other side. I love tulle. I really like working with it.
It's adding different textures into designs as well.
Definitely. And what we've done is, because I've used tulle here and I've repeated the tulle in the bottom, and always try and tie your designs in together. So if you're using gold in the top, try and use it in the bottom. Okay, so I'm just gonna, all you need to do then is fan it out. This is probably the worst pom-pom I've ever made, but you get the technique.
The good thing though, you could like prep these in front of the TV, couldn't you? So you've got loads of colours. So when you're actually making a design, your customer's in front of you, you can literally just grab them and put them straight in. So
absolutely. So that, you can see it's quite effective when it goes in, but you could also, the other thing I've done before is, as long as you don't use too much tulle, I've done 2 of them back to back. So I've got 1 at the front and 1 at the back, and then if you've got your nylon line, you can just tie them together using that, and it works really effectively.
I like it.
All right, that one's done.
So I want to show you a design now which is going to be air-filled. Air-fills become more and more popular over the last couple of months really, in the pandemic as well. So I wanted to show one of those. I have pre-prepped it so it's nice and quick, but I will be going step by step later on for this design. So what I've done is I have the 7-inch chrome purple, which I've inflated using my hand pump to 10 pumps. That one's there. I then have done 3, which I'm going to pop down and pull a neck up from the bottom and wrap round, like so. There's going to be a gap here, but don't worry because we're going to cover that in a second. I have a sand weight, which I'm going to pop in now. Like so. Now what I want to do with showing you with this, I have a 24-inch clear Deco bubble here. I'm going to open it up. Qualatex have so many nice patterns, colours, sizes, and I wanted to show you that you don't have to just put the 5-inch or the 7-inch inside. You can use some of the 11-inch. So I'm just going to show you how to do that now. So I'm going to use an agate, a 7-inch, and a 5-inch. So just like Julie's done using the hand pump, I'm just going to open up the bubble. She'll use the machine. I'm hoping that this is going to stop me from having bingo rings in the moulder. That's my theory anyway. So I'm just literally going to get a balloon stick, pop the 11-inch inside, slip this one into the bubble.
Agates are really lovely. They're one of my favourite balloons.
The one thing I would say about the agates, because they're dipped 3 times,
yeah,
there's a bit of a weight to them. So when you're putting them inside a bubble that's going to be helium filled, it's best to put 1 or 2 and then surround it with the 5-inch with those.
But as it's
air filled, it doesn't really matter. Now, if you wanted to do all of them the same size, you can count the pumps. So they're all the same. I'm going to mix it up a little bit, and I'm just going to do them lots of different sizes. So pop your hand pump in. Do that. Now, what you need to make sure, and the reason I've done this is, can you see where a lot of the latex is all at the top? And I wanted to show you that. Now I'm going to show you the best way of not getting that. Is when you put your hand pump in, you want to make sure it goes more into the bulb of the balloon. So just pull it up a little bit. And then you can always pull back to make it more round. Like so.
You also get more definition of the pattern as well then, don't you?
And the nice thing about agates, none of them are the same.
Yeah.
So just going to tie that one off. And cut the neck. So that's your 11-inch. Now your 7-inch chrome. The nice thing about 7-inch chrome, you can actually inflate these from 3 inches all the way to 7 inches. So with organics, they're perfect because it's one balloon size that can do so many different sizes.
It's really versatile. One of the benefits of using Qualatex balloons is the colours all tie in really nicely together. So you can use that. Kerry's using different types of latex. So we've got the chrome, we've got the agates, and then we've got like the standard normal latex. But the colours of them all tie in really nicely together, so it work. You know, they work really well together and coordinate, which is really important in the design to make sure that everything ties in well.
No, definitely. So what I'm going to do, I did make one of these earlier, just so you can see, but I just wanted to show you how to put different size balloons in there. So I have one made here. So as you can see, lots of different sizes there. And then tied off exactly the same way. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull this into this design. Using the 260, I'm going to support the neck, so I'm not pulling it off the bubbles. So support the neck, pull down and wrap it around a couple of the balloons, like so. So again, we have this gap, and this is where I now want to bring organic into an air-filled bubble design. So what I have done is, using 5-inch, I've done some, pop this on, one pump, I've tied the knot close to the neck there, and then I'm going to do a split twist. So I'm just going to, and don't worry if these aren't even. I don't want them to be even because I want it to be organic. So I'm just going to literally grab it, twist, like so. Now, if I let go of this right now, it's just going to pop back. So you really need to push the knot down, twist, and I tend to just put it between these two fingers and just hold it, and then I can carry on doing whatever I need to do. So I'm going to grab another one, do exactly the same, one pump.
Notice you tying the knot not as tight to the body of the balloon as well.
Because that gives you the movement to be able to do whatever you need to do. So I'm going to do that there. Now at this point, I'm going to twist them together. So I'm literally going to grab and twist them through. So it becomes a little cluster. So a little bit like when you're doing organics and you're getting all your bits together. I've done this exactly the same, but with split twist to add to the design. So with that, what I made earlier was this here. So it was loads of these attached. Okay, so I'm just going to attach this last one on and show you. So firstly, I'm going to use a scrap bit of 260Q. I'm going to pop that through the centre there, so it's got an attachment point here. I'm then going to find that centre bit I want to hide. I'm going to pull down. Now don't worry if it doesn't look quite right now, because I'm going to move it in a second. So wrap that round. And then you can twist it round to get a nice design that you want.
Doing it that way, it's quite easy to create your shape just by giving it a little twist, isn't it?
No, definitely. And you can do two ways. You can either use a neck of the balloon, pull this in and wrap it round, or you can use a 260Q and do it. Now at this point, you can see it's kind of pulling forward. So what I would do is just get a little bit of balloon bond.
Balloon bond is amazing. It's a lifesaver, isn't it?
Warm it up a little bit. Pop it onto the end there. I'm also going to do it on the other side as well.
Bits of feather bow stuck to this.
Be that gold leaf on there as well.
Like to share.
Sharon's caring.
It is.
So all I've done is done a little attachment point here. I'm concentrating. And then I'm just going to pull this. I'm just going to hold it for a couple of seconds and give it a little wiggle just to help create that bond. Like so. Same on here. Hold it off. And I've actually attached that one onto the bubble there. So that is your finished design there. I did make a male version as well, and I've personalised it. So I'd love to show you that one as well, using exactly the same technique, but just different colours.
It's covered in gold leaf.
With gold leaf. And that's this one here. I've done exactly the same, slightly smaller on the organic bit, but I've also personalised this Happy Father's Day. This one is a 20-inch and this is a 24-inch, so I wanted to show you that you could use both sizes and get a slightly bigger design. So if you had a customer come in the shop and you had this one and it wasn't quite the right price to them, you can then go down slightly in price with the 20-inch or have them in different areas.
The 20-inch are also really good for on table displays, aren't they? They don't invade the space.
No, definitely. And the thing I love about personalisation and the colours, you can literally do it to any occasion. So we'll talk about that in a bit anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hope you like it. Bringing organics into the air-filled bubble design.
Fab. Now we're handing over to Keith and Don.
Wasn't that bubble-tastic?
Balloon-tastic, ball-tastic, balloon-tastic. We love the Deco bubbles. They're so versatile. And
you know what I love in the Deco bubbles?
What's that?
Really colourful, brightly coloured, you know, almost primary coloured designs.
Yes, absolutely.
That's
so
what I love.
Yes, especially if they're in balloon shapes, they would be really nice.
Yeah. I think that's probably one of my favourite designs.
Yes, absolutely.
If only the girls had shown that.
They're laughing
Anyway.
there, yeah, because anyway, I'm sure they'll show it later. We hope you enjoyed those designs, but don't go anywhere because we've still got more designs to go for. We've got a couple of questions on there. Can you show how to connect a Deco bubble to a maxi cup? We shall ask the girls, see if they can cover that in a section in a little bit. Also, why did you warm the glue dot? This is a standard thing, Zach and Zoe. What you do is you warm the glue dot. Basically, it helps to activate. It makes it more sticky, is the general thing.
Most adhesives are better at bonding when they are warmer. So the glue dot itself, because it's between two layers, it allows you to rub both sides of the glue dot without actually touching the glue itself.
Yes.
Which gets the glue to a sort of a warm state. Then you peel it off the back end, and it just means it sticks much quicker to the balloon, making it easy for you to peel that back end off. So warming them up.
Yes, absolutely. Julie Mark says he's loving your pom-poms. So what we're going to do is we are going to head back over to the workshop because I think we have some special effects coming up. So
I love special effects. Not as much as primary coloured Deco bubbles, but definitely
I'm sure we'll get to that in a bit.
Definitely love
some sort of triad colour harmony or something.
Special effects.
Absolutely. Right, okay, let's flip over to...
Here we go.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to show you how to do a gender reveal using a Deco bubble. For this design, you need a hand pump, which we're going to be using to size our balloons, a straw, a funnel, some confetti. This comes in pink and blue from Pioneer Europe, some 7-inch chrome. I'm using the mauve and the blue today, a 16-inch question mark in black, but you can also do this in plain black as well, a sand weight. This is also double stuffed. I've got a 24-inch Deco bubble here, which is the footprint, but you can do this with a 20-inch, and there's lots of different patterns you can use. 2 cut off of stretchy balloon tape, a popping tool, and some 260 Qs. So to start this, we're going to put this onto a base. I'm going to grab one of the 7-inch chrome mauve, and I'm going to do 10 pumps. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I like to make the balloon nice and round, so I'm just going to push it against the desk, or you can push it against you, whatever's easiest. Then I'm going to put that comfortable on my hand there. I'm going to grab a chrome blue and do 10 pumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Again, push it against me, make it nice and round. I'm then going to join these together. So I'm going to pull these around, and this top one's going to go around twice. So round once, twice, and then I'm going to do a knot like you tie your shoes. Just like that, okay? Once I've done that, I'm going to do that exactly again, the same, like this. I'm then going to join these together. So I want to go in through the centre. So I'm going to go in there, and then what I'm going to do is swap these 2 pink ones around to lock it into position like so. What you want to do then is just pull up some of the necks just up there, because we're going to use that as an attachment point in a second. I'm going to put another base, which I'm going to do 4 pumps using the hand pump. I've made this one already, so this one's all done here. And I'm now going to join them together. So to do that, I'm going to pop this. I want mauve pink on one side and the chrome balloon on the other side. I'm going to rest these on top. I'm going to push down a little bit, but those necks at the bottom, I'm just going to hold. Pull that through. As you can see, I've pulled it all the way through there, and then I'm going to do a figure of 8. So round 1, 2, back to the centre. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, you can tie 2 necks together just to make it nice and secure there. I don't want this to sit like that. I do want it to be sitting on top like so. And that's it there. At this point, I would add in the weight. So what I'm going to do is just use the inside one, pull that, pop that into the hole like so. And then I'm just going to wrap it round a couple of times the latex, and then that's in there nice and tight there. I'm going to pop that to one side. I like to hide the mechanics so no one knows how to do it. So what I'm going to do is actually make something to go into between all these gaps here. So with that, I'm using a chrome again. I'm just going to do 1 pump, release a little bit, but where we're used to tying the knot at the top here, I'm actually going to tie it right near the neck. So just like so, okay? I'm then going to do push the knot in and twist. Chrome are great for these because they're nice and soft, so you don't have to just do one split twist, you can actually do a couple. So I'm actually going to do this one 3 times. So again, push and twist, and then all I'm going to do is twist round a couple of times like so. Okay, I'm going to actually do 2 together. So with that, I'm just going to grab another balloon. Here, again, 1 pump, not near the top, split and twist. Okay, I'm going to now, if I let this go now, it's going to pop back. So it's really important to twist it and then attach it. So I'm going to attach it directly into this one. So I'm just going to pull in and twist it a couple of times. So you've got this little organic-y kind of look to add in. Okay, so what I've done, I made another one earlier with the pink. So I'm going to have them sat either side like this. So with that, you can use neck to neck, but I'm just going to use a scrap piece of 260Q. I'm literally just going to pull that in, wrap that around a couple of times so it's nice and tight in there. Same on the other side here, pull it through, wrap it around a couple of times. So then I've got this in between where I can slip it into the design. Make sure you do it the right way around. Pull it in, I'm just going to wrap it around one balloon, pop it into position, wrap it around another balloon and pop into position there. So you can see it like this. I would do those 2 sides as well, but I'll show you that in a second. Now going on to the top bit. So this is the wow factor of actually revealing the balloon. So I'm going to use my bubble like before, give it a wiggle, open it up, scrap those bits, gently unfold. "16" goes in first, so you can use a balloon stick or you can fold. I am just going to fold the balloon up here. If you struggle with this, then just use a balloon stick. This is now going to go in through the hole, like so, and push it. If you get to this point it doesn't happen, you can pick it up, give it a little wiggle, or open up the balloon, grab the tip, and then pull down, like so. Okay, so that's all you need to do at this point. Then you're going to get a funnel. This funnel here has got a just under a 2 centimetre hole, which is perfect for putting any feathers, confetti, or powder into a Deco bubble. So I'm just going to roll the latex on and pop that inside there. And then at this point, you would pour your confetti into the Deco bubble here. I would always say use a stick, just a balloon stick, just to help get it into the hole. It makes it a lot quicker for you. And like I said, you can use confetti, you can use powder, you can use a crafting powder. With that, I would use crafting over glitter because glitter is heavier, so it doesn't stick when you reveal as well. So that's exactly how I've done it. Now what I'm going to do, I did actually make one earlier, so I'm just going to grab that one up for you. Put that one to that side. So here it is, all complete. And like I said, I've done a mixed one of the pink and blue here and just put them to their 2 sides, and the same with the back. With the inflation of the bubble, once you've put everything in, you just want to inflate the 16". You don't want to inflate the bubble at all, so you're keeping it as one full balloon. So forget it's 2, just inflate the inside one until it's full and the creases have gone. Tie it off like we've shown you earlier, and then you just attach it into the base. So at this point, you now need your square stretchy balloon tape. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop it on top here. So the easiest way I find to do this is take one side off, pop it on, give it a little rub because the warmth is what makes it stick to the balloon and build a better bond. So do that, fold it over, and then if you push, that automatically takes this bit off without you having to touch this and getting all your grease from your hands naturally onto there. So that's that bit done there, okay? Then what I'm going to do is get my second piece, and I'm going to attach that just on half of it, like so, but leaving the flat. That's important at this point here. So this is it, we're all ready to go. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get my popping tool, and I'm going to show you how we reveal. So what we're going to do, before I do it, I'll just show you. So this is actually going to go through the stretchy balloon tape bit there, okay? Once you've popped it, you're then going to push the second bit of stretchy balloon tape to seal the balloon, so you've still got the design afterwards, okay? So here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's a boy! And as you can see, the glitter's stuck, the confetti's all in there. And the nice thing about this is I've resealed this bit here. So this bubble is actually going to work, and it's going to stay up as well, so they can display it and keep it for the rest of the party rather than the balloon just bursting and going down. So yeah, that is the gender reveal. I hope you liked it.
I liked it.
I did enjoy it. It's a boy.
Obviously.
Absolutely.
Q corner, boy corner.
So what we're going to do as well is that we hope you enjoyed that, first of all. We know that the bubble gender reveal is a really cool thing that people enjoy doing. And also having that, the bit of balloon stretchy tape with half of the backing on, so it's just ready just to push.
So it still remains as a decor piece, so it's not that total destruction of it. So that's pretty cool. And the other one is it contains that mess as well.
In fact, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that for that because I think that was really good.
What, no trumpets?
No, we're not down with the trumpets.
I want to say a quick thank you though.
What's that?
A quick thank you to our, one second, I've got it, I did it. I've talked about it so many times, to our rockstar.
Balloon rock stars, yes, absolutely. Thank you if you have signed up for this month, and we hope you enjoyed the webinar with Jackie last week.
We did. Yeah, graduation special.
Yes, absolutely.
And also, we had some chats with some other people as well. The designs that she did, yes, they were for graduation, but really transferable once again.
Yes, what we need to do is we need to get ready to go back across
to the workshop. Okay, let
because
me find that camera.
Yes, you might want to.
It's okay.
Yeah,
I did it.
So we're going to go back across to the workshop with Kerry. The nice presentation, stretching tape tips were great. Don't go anywhere, Andrew. There's still more. There's still more.
You know, the girls agreed. Yeah, we'll come and visit you. Thinking, you know, we do a tour of the northeast. We look after them. Be loads of cups of tea. Can I assure the audience as well? Because I think there was some worry about this. It is in fact Yorkshire tea.
It is. In fact, I'm going to say cheers.
Oh, in fact, we've got a fresh one as well. Oh, look at that. Oh yes. Cheers, people.
Cheers. We're going to head back to the workshop again with Kerry because she's going to show you another version of the gender reveal.
Let's catch up with Kerry. Oh, that works. Let's
catch up with Kerry.
Here we go.
So this gender reveal is exactly the same as what I've shown you already, however, with a 24-inch Deco bubble. Still a 16-inch inside, but what you need to do is pre-inflate your 16-inch a couple of times before you put it inside the bubble to make sure it fits a 24-inch bubble. So what I've done here as well, we've already put the stretchy tape on top, but what I've done is I've actually put a black dot to indicate where your customer needs to pop it, so they make sure they don't pop it on the wrong side. So what we're going to do, we're going to reveal it now. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and seal. As you can see, it's now a girl. What I've actually done with this, I've used some holly powder, which is HOLI powder here, which is inside, which gives it that nice smoky effect that we've had here.
There we go.
Oh, sorry, cut Kerry off a little bit early.
Fair
cut
enough.
to Kerry, cut back from Kerry.
Okay, so yeah, it's holly powder, yeah, from the Festival of Colours.
It's a really cool effect.
Yeah,
I love that.
It's so light
swirl.
because the static inside the bubble really picks it up as well. So it's
And again, though, that effect that it stays as a decoration piece after you've done the reveal, which is really good. So I love that.
and also the fact that Kerry added on this one the black dot, so the customer knows exactly which sides to pop. And
Yes.
then just, again, that tape across there, I think it's a really, really great
I
tip.
did see as well I want to say it was on the Qualatex YouTube Shorts. It was I'm not quite sure what size balloon it was, but they did a popping one with a really nice 260Q chrome double twist with clearly a pin in the end as well.
Okay.
Lovely popping one design as well. So that was on one of the YouTube Shorts, and I think it is on the YouTube channel of Qualatex and on one of their shorts, their stories.
Okay.
I think you've
So
got to
look
find
out
that.
for it. Yeah, look out for it.
Speaking of the
what?
social media for Qualatex, we saw that other one.
Oh yes,
I
there was a
remembered.
bubble design that was on there recently. Don't know if you guys saw it, but
did.
it was the
You know
Deco
why?
bubble.
You know why we saw it?
Why?
Because we're tuned into the Qualatex social media accounts. Because
Absolutely.
that's where all the good stuff happens.
It is, it is. So it's a bubble design where they actually erased one side of the print to leave room for the personalisation. So have we got it on? You're going to do it as an overlay on there?
Yeah, we'll pass it here.
There we go.
So look at this. This is the
Look at that.
24-inch. What's this one called again? I can't remember the name of that one, but it's
It's
cool.
the
Something floral in the voice. Of the...
Wedding floral.
Thank you, ladies. So one side's
Kerry.
been removed.
And you can see as well that they've got the gold flakes in there, like Julie demonstrated earlier.
Love that.
It is.
And you know why we know about that? Because we're keeping up with our social media.
Absolutely.
Love that.
So I think what we're going to do from here is we're going to get ready. I'm going to see if the ladies are ready in the studio. If you're ready, can you give us a thumbs up, ladies? You ready? Oh, they're not ready. We're going to go over with them anyway. So we're going to sit back and enjoy. You guys sit back and enjoy. And again, if you have any questions, just pop them to it. There's one came through. We're going to put it to them in a moment. And here we go. Okay.
Here we go.
Over to you, ladies.
Okay, so this is something we forgot to
Oh,
talk to
wow,
you
that's a
about before.
beautiful design.
It's our first time, so go easy on us.
It's like cards and everything.
It's like what I imagined everything to be.
So this is obviously our multi confetti dot 24-inch Deco bubble. We've attached some little 5-inch onto the ribbon just to bring in some different elements and different styles. What I wanted to show you with this one is with the 5-inch, we actually haven't cut the necks off because it's actually sometimes nice to see a balloon with inside a balloon, especially for like children and things like that. And the tying technique is slightly different. So with this one, we have actually, in the last balloon,
Look at this bit.
can you see it? There we go, that's better. We've actually used it as almost like a plug. So exactly the same as the technique that Julie went through earlier. But on the last one, don't cut the neck off, pull it through, twist the bubble and tie around, but really nice.
It just gives you a little bit of a longer float life on it as well. But it depends on what effect you want in to get, really, doesn't it?
No, definitely. So thanks, boys, for reminding us that we forgot that one. They also let me know that someone was asking a question on how to put a Deco bubble onto a maxi stick. So I just want to cover that quickly now before we move on to another design. So I'm going to use our feather bubble from earlier. With my maxi stick, I'm going through the hole first. And there's, like we said earlier, there's lots of different techniques and ways people do it. This is personally how I do it to get it nice and secure. So I'm going to pop that on there. I'm going to wrap it round. I don't know, boys, if you could let me have the overshot so they can see it that way, please. Not you. So
Intently, we were listening intently to that.
Too busy drinking your cups of tea, that's what it is.
We weren't. We were actually just.
So wrapping it through, popping it through.
You're doing really well, ladies.
And then back through to the other side there, which is nice because now it's nice and secure on that one, just like that. So I hope that covers your question.
Maxi sticks are a really nice way of doing lots of different designs. Like, for example, the hat box designs. It's really nice because it means that you don't have to use helium then as well.
Definitely.
It wouldn't work for this particular design that we're going to show you. So this is one of the trends at the moment is doing a reveal hat box design. So you could have a gift underneath. People have like money wallets coming down, lots of different things that you can do with, like you could do a will you marry me type of thing and have an engagement ring in there.
I've seen will you be my bridesmaid, and then there's been a script in the bottom of the actual box. Again, any gift really for any birthday. You can literally, do you want to demonstrate how it works?
Okay, so
so yes, massively on trend, can do to so many occasions with using personalisation, either with a glitter pen and glitter, or the cameo, which is one of the most popular.
Yes. So we've just got a bow on the top. It's just been pulled. So the bubbles, helium filled, it's been pulled down to the base, and then it'll just secure it just with having 2 pieces of ribbon coming up the sides, and then all you need to do is undo the bow and it reveals. And then you've got, I've just put a bit of tulle in here and a few balloons, but what you could do is have a nice gift inside. Again, if you use the same technique with the bow that we did earlier on, and when you're making a bow out of it, all you need to do is just like pull the sides out a little bit to fan it out and make it look a little bit fuller.
You could also do it for like kids, like party bags, like put sweets in the actual thing.
Lovely,
with a like printed licensed bubble on top, and then you do it that way. So there's so much you can do.
Or like for birth, you could have like a baby bubble, and you could have like a little teddy bear inside, or so it's like some clothing or something like that. So anything, it's just whatever you can get in there. The one thing I will say is bear in mind, whatever you're putting on the neck,
it's not too heavy.
But I'm just thinking about before I've tried to do them and they've kind of like got stuck in there. So you just need to be know that it's going to, once you release it, it's actually going to come out.
I love that. Nice work.
Okay, so back over to the boys while we get sorted out for the next design.
It's a little bit messy.
I don't know. They come to our workshop and they make a mess.
Absolutely terrible.
We never make a mess.
No, very
we
rarely.
always tidy up as we go along, neat, clean. Everything's put in the bin. Everything's put away.
I like that reveal design as well, because you could do gender reveal. You could add tickets on there, or money. We've seen ones where you had lots of different.
I noticed they didn't bring one today as a gift to say, "Oh, thanks for inviting us.
So
here's a bubble with some money
but
attached."
It is really on trend, and people do love this reveal of doing it. Some people like the poppets to reveal whatever. This one is nice because it just goes up there, and obviously as well as that, if for instance, if that was on the floor and you released it and it was for a larger area,
a bit more height to it. That's it.
Yeah.
What I love though is the techniques that are being used and shown here are universal. They can be carried forward. Yes, we're talking about some of the on-trend designs right now, but the products that we've got available from Qualatex, the techniques that the girls are showing and sharing are the long-lasting. A lot of them there are true and steadfast. We've had them for a long time, those techniques. That was harder for me to say than it should have been. But anyway.
But they are the tried and tested.
That's what I was going for.
Yeah, tried and tested techniques that have stood the test of time. Woo! So I'm just...
Listen, you try working with these two all day.
Exactly. So we're going to see if they're standing the test of time and see if they're ready.
Are they tidying back up again?
And let's just check and see if they're ready. It looks like Julie's about ready to show us our...
Doesn't matter if she is or isn't.
Oh, yeah, exactly. We're going to her anyway. Okay, you guys enjoy this one. Could get messy.
Here we go.
Okay, so I'm going to show you a really nice technique using a 20-inch Deco bubble, a 16-inch white latex. I've got a 260Q just to tie it off with, and some acrylic paint. Okay, so to start with, I'm going to get prepared. I'm going to take the air out of my 260 because I want to be ready to use it for tying later on. So I'm just going to pinch the end and then go all the way to the open end, and without letting go, I'm just going to pinch and tie a knot. So it just makes it nice and strong and stretchy, and it prevents you from getting any air bubbles in there that could cause any problems later on. Okay, so we'll open the Deco bubble. This is a 20-inch one. You can do it with a 24-inch if you want. I'm going to use a 20-inch for this. I'm just going to open up a little bit. I just put a tiny little bit of air in. I don't want to put too much air in it because I need to get rid of that air before I put my my 16-inch in. So I just want to put a little bit in. It's just making some space for my paint to go in. Now what I've done with paint, I've filled this syringe, so it just means that I can get into the neck of the bubble a little bit easier. So I'm just going to pop that in there, and then I'm just going to pull it back as much as I can. So that I can get right into the bubble. Okay, so what I'm going to do, you've got to be careful that you don't put too much in too soon. So just little drops. And I want it to be evenly placed all around the bubble. So just tiny little bits. The first time you do this, just be careful that you don't get too much in too soon, because you don't want it to be too much. Actually, I want a little bit more in there. It can be quite messy, so you might prefer to do it with some gloves. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try and get as much of that air out as I can before I put my 16-inch in. I'm just going to roll. I've made a bit of a mess on Keith and Dom's table. I'm sure they're going to be really impressed with that. And I'm just trying to squeeze the air out. Okay, let me get this 16-inch in. So I'm going to roll it and make it as firm as I can. Try and get all the air out so it's nice and firm. Pop it in the neck. And then what I can do is I can just go further down into the bubble and pull it through. Okay, let's get the rest of this air out. Okay, the reason we're trying to get the air out is because we don't want to have that gap in between the bubble and the 16-inch balloon. So I'm going to place it on the air inflator and hold on to it. Just keep going until my creases have gone in the seam. So you can see all the creases have gone now, and you get this really nice effect. To tie it off, I'm just going to give it a twist, and then I'm going to get my 260. I'm going to place it just on the neck of the bubble there, and then I'm going to pull it nice and taut. Now, to get a nice clean finish on this, you need to make sure that it's pulled nice and taut. Then go around the balloon. I see people struggling to get around this sometimes when they're learning how to do it and they're trying and get their arm around it, but I tend to use this arm and do this motion, and that works best. You need to make sure you've got a really nice tight connection there, and then you can just tie a knot in it. And then always double knot it. So you can see the finish I've got on this. There's one that I did earlier, and this is just to show you that every time you do it, you'll get a different finish. But it's a really nice effect. What we're going to do is we're going to show you how to make this design put this into a design later on and show you how we can use it. Okay.
awesome.
Yeah, we really like that. I like
Paint the town red or paint the bubble gold
with acrylics. It can be a little bit messy, and it's not as precise.
Well, you're saying can be a bit messy. Are you talking about Julie can be a bit messy, or the technique can be a bit messy?
Yes, getting gold paint all over our desk. But it can be a bit messy.
The
it's one of
invite
these things
wasn't
that's
an open invite. It was subject to how this day went, to whether they would be re-invited back. That's all I'm saying. So that desk is not clean. By the time I come to use it,
they've got no chance. But it was a beautiful design, and it's really classy. I like the use of the. I've seen a lot of the time with the Deco bubble and the acrylics, and just spread the acrylic, especially around the bottom and things. But it's a bit different when there's a 16-inch balloon that's placed inside, and it is.
Someone would say this was a bubble special,
or a special bubble. So yes.
Right. That's enough of us waffling.
Oh, are they about ready?
I can see some activity.
There is some activity.
I'm going back now, even though I don't think they're actually ready. But
Okay.
I'm going back to them.
Back to the ladies in the workshop.
Here we go. Yes, Julie's going for the invite back.
I absolutely love that design. Well done, Julie. I think you deserve a cup of tea.
Oh, thank you, Kerry.
If you waited for the boys to make them, we'd be here a long time.
Absolutely.
So, cheers, boys.
Yeah, cheers.
It's all right, we'll make our own.
Yeah, you did. Okay, so we've got these bubbles with painting. Just see the different designs, the different designs it brings out. It's really nice. What do you think we could do with it?
Even I think mixing colours would be a cool thing.
Yeah, it would.
But I did make something earlier with one of these, so I'm just going to show it up here. Using exactly all the same techniques that we've used today already, I have thrown this together here.
Beautiful.
The difference is I've added in some fake flowers, and I've added in a distorted flower at the top there. So I want to show you how I've done this flower, an attachment point here. But yes, just shows how adding different things in can completely change the look of the design.
It's really beautiful. The colours all work really well together.
I love it. You did a great job. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do the distortion inside. I'm going to show you using a diamond clear because I think it's easier to see what's actually going on inside the balloon. So first off, I like to inflate just to make that balloon a little bit bigger, like so. I'm going to use a red 260. I like to cut them in half, like that. Then fold it in half. Okay, that now goes inside your 5-inch. Now, if you struggle with popping this in, you can obviously use the castration tool to open it up. So that's just in there like so. I'm then going to pop my hand pump into the diamond clear in there and give it a few pumps. So you can see the 260 sat in there. I'm then going to go into the 260. It's
a little bit tricky, but it's worth doing in term.
Yeah, and it's practice.
Yeah.
Pop that in there and then I can count the pumps. So just make sure you've got it in nice and tight, and make sure you try not to lose the other side of the 260Q in there. So count the pumps. That's happening, and I'm glad that's happened because what I've done is when I put the pump in, I've gone too much over to one side. So pull that back, and it's not going to do it again. See, it happens to us all.
Yeah, it does.
There we go.
Perfect.
Just like that. So as you can see, it's now made a loop in there. I'm going to pull the 260, grab that, and tie a knot. Don't worry at this point if you lose any air out of the diamond clear. And I'm going to remove those there, so that goes in like so. At this point you can then make different petal shapes just by changing the balloon or bending it if you want the petal to have a slight curve in it. So that's what it looks like inside a diamond clear. Obviously we would never do this to show, but I think it's easier to show the technique. So what I've done is I've made some petals here, and I've used the chrome 7-inch in purple. So.
Are you using 7-inch chrome?
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie these nice and tight, and then double knot. Now on this one, I've done 4. I'm going to twist them into the centre there. Don't worry too much at this point, they're not sat where you want them to sit, okay? If you wanted to do a flower, you would add this last one in here. What I'm actually going to do, I think I might add it in and then enjoy your flower, and then I'm going to cut it out just to show you. So I'm just going to pull that one in through the centre, grab a neck of the other one and tie a knot like so. I'm going to grab a 5-inch. I'm going to do it slightly less than a standard 1 pump. Again, knot the top, split twist in there, and then I'm going to slide that through 2 petals, round, back on itself, twist and back in. Once you've done that, you can now start telling the petals where you would like it to go. Now, if it does this, what you can either do is put some bond to attach it, or grab another 5-inch, doesn't matter what colour, because you're not going to see it because it's at the back. Make another tiny little loop, pull that one through, wrap round, and then that will help secure it, like so.
Lovely.
So, like I said, we only want 4 for this one, and I'm actually going to attach it onto the one I did earlier so I can show the attachment point. So I'm just going to cut one of these out, like so. So I'm going to put it on this side here to balance out the design. So I need a little bit of stretchy balloon tape. Whoop, it's flying. A bit of 260Q. So I'm going to pop that where I would like that to be. Can I? You got it, perfect. Would you just be able to hold that one for me for 1 second? Lovely. I'm going to take off one side there. I'm going to pop that in the other direction. Give it a little rub. Fold back and push. Now what you can do is put more stretchy tape here to almost make a H. But if you've got enough length that way, I find to give it a little bit of a warmth, you don't need that. So then I'm going to pick up the 2 there and just do a nice little knot to pull them into the centre, like so.
And that with the attachment point, if you're doing something and it's going to have a bit of pull on it, so like if it's going to be attached with something helium or there's going to be a bit of strain on it, then that's a good time to do the extra bit on there. But for this, it's probably going to be strong enough.
No, definitely. And that's one of the things I do like about stretchy tape is, you know, we've all had those chances where there might be a slight fault in a Deco bubble. If you put a bit of stretchy tape over the top, it's going to seal it. Yeah. And then you can use that as an attachment point to cover it with a little bit of organic or a flower or something like that.
Yeah,
so
definitely. Good.
For me, I always have stretchy tape in my kit.
I do.
Always. So all I'm going to do, pop this on here with the 260Q, pull it up nice and tight, wrap it on so you're making a nice secure technique. Again, don't worry if they're not sat where you want them to be at the moment. You pull this and let go, it should nicely hide into the display, and then at this point you can then move these to how you would like them. Onto going to be there. I'm just going to move that to here so I can see it. It's not always the easiest working backwards.
No, it's not.
That's that one there, that one there. Let's see that. See that one there. There we
Lovely.
go. But you could turn this into a butterfly. There's so much you can do by adding
that'd be really pretty, wouldn't it?
distortion features.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so let's take them over here.
Lovely. We're in. We're in.
Okay, so
This is
I'm
where you
too
need to be
small
taller.
for this.
Maybe we should swap spaces. You come here and I'll go in.
I'm so small. Okay, so all the different designs we've done today, they're all using very similar techniques. So once you've mastered a technique, you can just reuse it and reuse it. If you're interested in having more hands-on with Deco bubbles, we're hoping to do, well, we are going to be doing a bubble tour, which is going to be going around our distributors. So just watch out for details of that coming up soon. Okay.
Thank you for watching. Hope you got some tips and hopefully we'll see you again soon if the boys let us come back. Back to you.
Thank you very much, ladies.
Thank you. Yes, there is a bubble tour that's happening in the UK throughout the distributors.
That's right, to the
so, yes.
United Kingdom.
Absolutely. So if you are in the UK, you want to take advantage of that.
Oh, we're being bombarded.
We're being invaded.
I mean, you just do this. Turn that, turn that. There we go.
I'll go that way. You go that way. Okay. To me, to you.
It's all right, my tea's empty now.
Yeah, what's going on? We didn't get a cup at the end.
Well, I have to say, you know what I have to say? I'm going
What's
to go
that?
with yours. That's what I think.
Yes, absolutely. There was tons of golden nuggets in that. Thank you very much, ladies, for coming on the show. And we will find out with the feedback whether you're coming back or not. I suppose.
Yeah.
We'll see what the viewers thought.
Yes. So
and whether
thank you,
come
you guys
back.
out there. Thank you for our new balloon rock stars.
Yes. There we go. Yeah, exactly.
If you don't know what we're on about, head on over to join. That's www.join.qcorner.tv. What have I been drinking?
Yes,
It's
exactly.
like Yorkshire tea.
Join.qcorner.tv. There's a little video on there which explains what Balloon Rockstar is about and
Everything you need to
know. So again, a huge thank you to these ladies and to Pioneer Europe for sending them up to
Let
us.
them out for the day and stamping the passport.
Yeah. Release and sharing it with you guys, and we've been lucky enough to be their carers
For the day.
today.
I will check out the level of cleanliness of that table as well.
Yeah.
I know I saw the cloth, but I'm not sure.
Well, we'll see. We'll see if it's up to our usual standard. A huge thank you to you guys for watching. Susanna's watched the entire 2 hours as well, and she's famous. She's from Susie TV.
Susie TV.
We're going to say
We
bye
really
for
need
now.
to bring that clip back in.
Yes. We're going to say goodbye for now, but we're on for the normal Q Corner
Back
next
on our normal
week.
Wednesday, yes.
We also got coming up for Balloon Rockstars. We've got Darren Morty Boy.
Oh, I wasn't ready.
Oh.
I let myself down.
Yes. If you do want to support us and you are watching on YouTube as well, the best thing is still to subscribe and put the notification bell on.
Yes, please.
So you won't miss a single thing. Leslie Ann said there, this was awesome and the timing was perfect. Thank you so much.
Brilliant.
Andrew says, many thanks, ladies. Alfred says, thanks, great session. And Michelle says, hi, Green Bean. Perfect. Right. Okay. So we're going to go. Bye-bye for now. You guys stay nice and safe. We would love you to try some of these techniques out. Maybe post them on social media. Use the hashtag Q Corner Convention. It's the easiest thing that we still follow for us to see on there.
Especially like those
hashtag
primary...
Qualatex, hashtag Q Corner Convention.
And primary colour ones. If we see any of them, I'd love to see those.
Yes.
on social media.
Yes,
Love to see
indeed.
those.
Okay, right. So bye-bye for now. You guys stay nice and safe, and we'll see you next time.
See you next week.
Bye.